Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Hold up, that ain't even the right phone, y'all. Wait a minute. This phone right here, we got a lot to discuss. Now, I did do an unboxing of this phone, so if you want to check that out, I'm gonna link it somewhere in this video as well as in the description box. Now, when it comes to the design of this, I said in my unboxing video, and I still feel the same way now, this color, it is absolutely beautiful. It's the burgundy option, but to me, it has more of a purple tone. However, bottom line though, it just looks good. Something else I like with the design is, you know, the camera layout. So instead of them kind of having this box around the camera like they did in the Ultra version last year, it's cleaned up a bit, you know? You don't have an additional cutout going around, but I don't dislike what it looked like before either, so either one is a win for me. But one thing though with the design that I do not like is the fact that when this is on the table, it rocks bad. Like, that's annoying. I don't know, I can't remember what I was doing, but I remember being so annoyed at that like constant rock. However, you know, quick fix is to just get a case. It'll help balance that out. But if you're like me and you're gonna rock it without a case, then that's something you're gonna have to deal with. So I will say too, during my testing period, I have been using this, you know, naked, like no case. And yes, it is a very, very slippery phone. I definitely highly recommend that you get a case. I'm actually looking for one myself right now. And I kind of honestly want one with like a little pop socket thing on the back because this phone is fairly large. Like that's something that I even noticed when I first unboxed it. But would I say it's unruly? I've had my moments where, you know, you do the little juggle, you know, the little fumble move where it's like you catch it 5 times in midair. Yeah, that right there, like I've definitely had scenarios like that, and it's even more scary when I'm out and about. So definitely had my close calls without the case. And now another thing that I really like with the design of this one is the fact that the S Pen is now integrated into the phone. I'm sorry, I keep getting like glances and glimpses of my screen and it just looks so good. Like, oh, I'm distracted. Oh man, they nail it every time. This is just such a pleasure to look at. But anyway, S Pen integrated into the phone, which this go around makes it something that I'm more inclined to use than not. Because I didn't like how it was before where it was, you know, separate from the phone. But I do wish that it was on the right side because right now it's like on the left and it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel natural for me, I guess. But I do really enjoy using the S Pen up here. I'm not the type though that uses it for like half of my time that I'm using the phone or more. I'm more so the type that has, you know, my specific scenarios. So for me, it's when I'm editing a photo and I want to be a bit more precise. It's like it takes a tablet experience and places it on your phone. I also like to use the S Pen when I'm like taking photos and videos because that really elevates this phone to a whole nother level, especially if you're like shooting solo. You pair that with a tripod and you are unstoppable. Like, I'm gonna talk about the camera, but that is one thing that I can't get enough of. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Now, currently the way that I have my phone set up is that I don't have like a custom launcher or anything up here. The only things that I used to customize my phone were in the Galaxy theme store. So like I downloaded this video wallpaper, which looks super good. Then I got this wallpaper on my home screen from, I can't remember the app, I'll throw it on screen. And then I installed an icon pack from the Galaxy theme store, and I think that was it. But I'm gonna do a what's on my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, so stay tuned for that. So this is the perfect time right now. If you have not hit that subscribe button, you can go ahead and do so now, and the like button if you feel inclined to. Now, for those of you out there that are like concerned with the speaker and how it performs, it did well. Like when I take it up to max volume, it didn't get distorted too bad with the media that I was consuming. But man, you can just do so much. Samsung wants you to enjoy your device no matter how old it is, because with the way that you can just customize things and just, you know, just alter the experience so drastically, it's hard for something like this to ever feel old. You know what I mean? Like iPhone users, hear me out. The way widgets work up here and the way that you can customize your home screen and multitask, oh my God, don't get me started. The way you can do just those things up here is just priceless. Like, you know, if you're on your iPhone or even your iPad for that matter, and you're watching a YouTube video and you minimize it and navigate somewhere, the most you can do is listen to it. You can't see a video minimized. However, with this phone, this isn't even a tablet. You can do that. And that's something that even the iPad can't do. I will say for me, especially being the type that likes to multitask, that is so clutch. I love that feature, man. I cannot praise it enough. And I know it's not a new feature to Android, okay? Don't rip me apart in the comment section. It's just a feature that I enjoy every time that I use an Android device. Plus another thing that never gets old for me is the edge drawer here on the right-hand side, which I even sometimes forget is there myself. But it's the perfect place to store some additional apps that you want access to all the time, but keep them out of the way. I also love being able to have a live wallpaper on my lock screen. Now there is a setting up here where you can take the brightness up beyond what it's supposed to go, which does help, especially when you're outside and you're in bright sunlight. If you need to just take it up a couple of more notches, you can do so. And so far this has performed well for me when using it in direct sunlight.
Okay, without extra brightness on, you can see the screen here, but if I turn it on, then it automatically makes the screen just a little bit brighter so that when I take it up to max brightness, it's brighter than it normally would be. Whoops. Dang, it's hard maneuvering this phone with one hand.
I gotta say, to me, it feels like I'm using a phone that can keep up with my brain, you know? Because my brain is constantly like, you know that little math lady meme? That's a different thoughts going through my head at once. So when a phone can like allow me to jump from one tangent to another seamlessly and fluidly, that's a win for me. Now, something though I will say when it comes to navigating is that I do have those moments where I touch something by accident. And I don't know if it's because of the screen responsiveness or the way the edges spill over the sides, or just simply the size of the device in general, and me not realizing, you know, where my fingers are accidentally pressing. But I do have those moments where I navigate away from something that I did not intend to. Another scenario that I personally find myself using the S Pen for is when I don't want to deal with the device size, because it's like, it gives me some type of reachability that I don't have to extend my hand as far up to do. It basically acts like a longer version of my finger. It pretty much eliminates me having to shift the phone around, you know, and use my thumbs. I just use my S Pen more like, you know, an extended version of my index. Now the camera. Oh my God, y'all, the camera up here. Samsung just never ceases to amaze me in 2 areas. 3, 4, display, features, innovation, and the camera. The camera, oh my God. Like, to me, this is a nice alternative to an actual camera that gives you, you know, options that you wouldn't even get on that type of camera, but still manage to offer a very quality image in the process. Videos look crisp up here. I love the tracking mode because it can keep up with you when you're moving around, especially for, like I said earlier, my solo shooters. For me, I loved being able to sit this on a tripod, take my S Pen out, and, you know, just stealthily hide it as I capture photos of myself. And then just pop the S Pen back in when I'm done. Now you do have 8K video up here, but I don't really use it that much because the crop is just so significant. I mean, like, I might use it for something like a concert to get that kind of like additional zoom with the high quality, but it's not a setting that I go to a lot. I predominantly like to shoot with the ultra wide lens or with the portrait video. Director's view, clutch. I love the fact that with that, you can capture yourself and, you know, what you're looking at. And you got just a ton of features and effects built into the camera app without having to download anything else. Definitely like one of the ultimate vlogging tools for me, I would say. So the battery up here, I've been okay so far. It pretty much gets me through the entire day and sometimes on into the next day. It just all depends on how heavy my usage is. And by that, I mean like if I'm filming a lot more or consuming a lot more media that particular day, then. So yeah, if you can't tell, I love this phone. I am Very happy with it. The main con that I would say is just that camera rock, you know, that I mentioned. So if you've been eyeing this phone, I say go for it. I think you'll be very satisfied with it. I cannot get enough of the display. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one, y'all. If you have any additional questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. I'll either try to answer them here, or you can feel free to follow me on Instagram, because we can always chat up there too. But until the next one, y'all, as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.